Welcome to Achieve Wealth through value-add real estate investing. This is the show where the guru hype is banned and you get direct insights from commercial real estate operators. If you're a passive investor, this show can help you better understand investment opportunities. And if you're an active investor, the lessons from each episode can help you to become more effective in your own deals. Now, here's your host, investor and author, James Kandasamy.
Hi, audience. Welcome to Achieve Wealth podcast. My name is James Kandasamy. Today, we're going to be talking to Vinney Chopra, who has been in many podcasts that most of you have heard. But I strive to make my podcast different from everybody else. So I'm going to be asking different questions. But at a high level, Vinney Chopra has done more than 200 million multifamily portfolio, more than 3,100 apartments under management. He spent a lot of money on his internet education. It's been more than 37 years. And he's also a motivational speaker with more than 10,000 speeches given. He's an investor, educated motivator, and well known for his smiles. Welcome to the show. Hey, Vinny, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, James. It's such a pleasure.
Let me start something on your introduction. You can continue giving your part of the introduction.
Oh, totally. No, you did a fine job. I came from India with $7. Some of the friends know me. And I'm a mechanical engineer and sold books, encyclopedias, just to let your audience know. And also became a promotional speaker. We've been investing in single family homes, James, for over 35 years. And just found out that single family is not going to get us where we wanted to go as a family with 2 children. And my wife and I, we moved to California near San Francisco. A lot of people talk about real estate here somehow, and of course the houses have gone in value. Rental properties we owned have gone in value. But then I got stuck. I became like a broker in 2004 in California. And at that time, I had to make a decision. Do I sell single family homes and make money that way? Or do I do something different? And I wanted to do something different. So that's when the world of syndication hit me and multifamily. And I've never looked back. It's been an exciting journey.
Good. Well, you are like me. I started in single family. I'm an electrical engineer. Came into US like somewhere, 2008. And we were here before that. But 2008 is when we fully relocated here. And it's basically a mind-blowing thing, right, on how much you can achieve in the US.
Yes.
So question for you. I mean, when you came with $6 or $7 on your pocket, I mean, did you come in as an engineer or did you come in as a student or how did you come up?
I came as an engineer. I was working for Larsen Toubro. So actually I resigned there. So I had just the qualification of a mechanical engineer, but then I came here to go to George Washington University as a student of MBA in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did my MBA too, but I did it before I come to the US. So question for you, when you're single family, right? I mean, I have my own perception about single family and multifamily, but why not you tell me what is the difference that pushed you from single family to multifamily? What was that point?
The big thing was we were owning every money, all the amount, savings we'll go ahead, go to Arizona, go to this place, that place, buy, single family homes for 150,000, 180,000 like that. And then lease that. Actually, we used to do the master lease, in that one, option to buy actually back then, and we'll get a little bit higher down payment from the residents. But then they started looking into staying in our home as if they're going to buy it in 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. By fixing their credit and things like that. But what I found was that a lot of these buyers were not able to buy after 2 years, first of all. So the property was still in my lap,
okay.
And then we were living in California. It was quite tough to manage them. So 10%, 8% of the rental was going into the management companies anyway, who were living there. And then I was able to do my own contractors and everything because they would charge me too much money. So I tried to make contractors and keep them on my iPhone. And if they tell me there is something to be needed in their apartment, like in Arizona or in Georgia or in Texas, I'll go ahead and send my own contractors and make deals with them. So it kind of involved me more than I wanted to. And
Okay.
then at the same token, when the boiler went out, James, or something went out, it was total cash flow gone. The whole end of the year, you work hard a little bit, but then at the end of the day, nothing happened. So that's why multifamily made sense to me, like in 2004, where if I buy 20 units, and if one person leaves, I still have 19 intact there, right? Or two people leave, we have 18 intact, economies of scale, all that stuff.
Yeah. So I think just to clarify some things that Vinny has touched, the lease option is basically an option to buy when you get a single family, and basically it's a very good model for single family rental because now the tenant is going to pay higher down payment and they are going to be taking care of their house like it's their own house, right? Because they think that they're going to be owning it in 2 years, and for us, we think that they're going to take care of us in 2 years, but sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work. So
and
true.
Single family, I think as you were talking, a lot of times, you make a lot more money in single family in terms of cash and cash return if you buy it right, I would say, right? But the problem is you can have a big capex and wipe out your entire cash flow. And I see the big money you make in single family or the more stabilized cash flow you make is when people are staying there for long term.
Yes.
More than 2 years, 4 years, then they don't disturb you anymore. Then you start making money. 1, 2 years, you're not going to be making money with single family.
Yes, that's so true, James. So true. Yeah,
that's what but one thing I realized is I tried to do lease option in Texas, and I realized I think Texas has some kind of 6 months restriction, or they don't allow lease options in Texas.
Oh, I see. I didn't try it there. Yeah, I didn't.
Good. That's really good information over there. So let's go to multifamily. I mean, why did you choose this asset class? I mean, I try to make this podcast, independent of asset class, because for me, any asset class goes in cycles, right? So why did you choose multifamily?
Very good point. I think being an engineer, and you are also electrical engineer, we have logical mind, right? So when people told me that, hey, do you want to go into office space, right? I started learning about office space, and I said, okay, what are the factors that will really affect that office space? If the business leaves or their business goes down and they have a 5-year lease, then of course, if they don't pay your rent, I mean, they can't pay rent if their business is going down, and things like that kind of made me realize that I'm stuck with that resident or that tenant, I should say, in the commercial lease I'm thinking about. And then we looked at hospitality, again, the hotels and all that. I looked at industrial, but something which really made sense to me was multifamily apartments, because in apartments, my paycheck was not based on one tenant. That was the biggest thing which kind of logically made sense to me, that I had 100 tenants in a 100 unit. My first one was only 14 units, as many of people know, and 14 units. Next one was 109 units, right away. And it just made sense logically. Even if we have 2, 3, 4 people leave, doesn't matter, because we have so many others, to take care of the residents and take care of the mortgage and the expenses and everything. The other factor, James, was also the value add function. That was a huge factor. The value add was amazing because you are able to do forced appreciation is the word we use now, right? In multifamily, as compared to like leasing a building for 10 years or 5 years, 5-year plus 5-year clause with a small appreciation, you can only do so much. So the numbers don't really work that high with IRR and the return on investment. I find, with the multifamily, by increasing the rent and increasing the NOI, decreasing the expenses, you're able to bring the value of the multifamily much higher than a commercial building I could make.
Okay.
So those things kind of made sense to me. Yeah.
So, I mean, one of the challenge in multifamily is, I mean, as many income streams, you get, you can
Yeah.
put vacancy rate, right? But one of the challenge that in multifamily that I've seen and a lot of operators have seen is basically property management. Because now, I mean, compared to office, office is, there's high vacancies and all that, but you're dealing with professional tenants, right? So much easier
Yes.
to do it. Here you're dealing with class B and C. I'm sure that's a focus that you are looking at as well. So how did you solve that property management problem? Because that's a big problem.
It is a huge problem, James. You're 100% right. And your audience would really like to look into this one because we did hire, by the way, a brand new company. No, not a brand new, very well established company out of Dallas when we bought in Midland, Odessa areas there. That was the nearest one was Dallas. And they did a fine job, by the way. They did a fine job. The only trouble was that we were not really getting hold of the situation of cash flow because they were doing cash and accrual together. And that can mess you up very badly because what they are saying then is at the end of the month, we say, oh, how much cash flow did we make? They said, we made this much. Oh, by the way, but you can't touch it. You cannot touch it because we have so many bills from this month we need to pay yet. They're going to come next month. So they'll keep 10,000 per month in the balance and give us this small to give to the investors. I mean, that was really, really sad.
Yeah.
So anyway, the other thing was they were spending money like nobody's business because it's not their money anyway. Every dime, everything was being charged, which I can understand. Every travel, everything. I mean, they bought something for the thing, they charged it, right? So that's when my partner and I decided, oh my gosh, we're not going to do it. So we hired a professional consultant who had a great property management skills.
Mhm.
And she was also, teaching also, by the way. We paid her 35,000, I thought, 35 or 30,000. We always believed in paying the money to learn from the very best people. That's what happened with me, with Gene Trowbridge, with Kim Taylor, our syndication attorneys, who's done 26 syndications, 27th now. My big fund, $50 million fund, they have done that too. But the thing is, I believe to get from the master, learn from them quickly, and then apply. Just totally apply that.
Correct.
So that's what we did. We started our own management company. We have never looked back. Never looked back. Of course, the hiring and keeping the morale up, I would say, have been the challenging issues, in every company.
Property management, HR issues, right? So now you're
HR.
dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have it before. We have an accounting department, big one, accounts payable department right here. Then we now have with Monil Investment Group, Monil Management Group, we have a full HR person, full time. Yeah, benefit person and payroll, consultant. Yeah. So
how many staff do you have in your property?
we have 67 full-time staff right now, 67. We are thinking to hire, buy more. So we're going to go higher. And then, of course, as we sell, we just sold 2 properties. I'm so happy because had some pretty big paydays, last few times, And so we are selling some assets, but we are looking into buying more too.
So how's your structure of your property management? So you say you have 67 staff. Do you have a CEO for your property management?
I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO of the company, but then I have asset manager or team leaders, we call them.
Okay.
Asset manager or team leaders. And then there are community managers at each property. Like we own 10. We own 8 now over there in the Houston
regional
area.
managers?
Yeah, they are community manager or property manager. We don't use the word property manager. We use the word community, and we never say apartment complex. We always say community, Monil communities.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Monil Premier Communities. That's how we promote ourselves.
Yeah, and we call our tenants residents, right?
No, we always call our tenants residents. Yeah, they are
Yeah,
residents,
right.
lifestyle of the Monil communities, that kind of things. We keep, and we bring cafes, we bring dog parks, we bring a lot of great stuff, media centers. Every time when we buy an asset, I put 10,000 easy into the restructuring of the leasing office,
Okay.
and buy brand new computers, brand new everything, brand new desks, all that. Because it just says a lot to the residents that a new company is taken over and they are not slumming it. They're going to invest into this, property.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So you don't have regional managers. You have asset managers and you have community managers. So right.
We do. See, like every property has community manager, then
Uh-huh.
assistant community manager or
Okay.
leasing agent, we call it, / leasing agent, plus
Okay.
lead maintenance. That will be the lead tech. And
Hmm.
then the fourth employee or team member at that property is called porter, Porter, porter,
Yeah.
or
Right.
helper,
But who does the community manager report to? Do they report to
Okay,
the manager?
community manager reports to the asset manager. Correct.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah, team leader or asset manager. Yeah.
So yeah, you are doing exactly like what we do. We spend a lot on the office, and our office looks really nice, new computer.
Sure.
We take care of our staffs and all that. So among the amenities that you have installed, you have 3,100 units. Which amenity do you think is the most appealing to Class B and C residents?
Okay, good point. We made a lot of money in Midland, Texas, by the way. We were making $45,000 net every month. Every month.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. So that is a premier community cornerstone. We sold it, by the way, now, and we gave our investors 40% IRR, 40% returns per year for 6 years and 3 months in a row.
No. My question, Vinny, the amenities, like, is it dog park is better?
I see.
Amenity in the community that you think is the most valued by
I
the
see.
Class B
I
and
would
C
say
residents?
you can get good mileage. I'm so glad you said it. Curb appeal, I would say definitely. Flagpoles. I buy these flagpoles from Georgia. These are 30 feet high flagpoles, not just 20 feet slim ones.
Oh,
I pay $700 per flagpole, but they make a statement. I mean, people going by the road, they look at it. They say, "Oh my gosh, wow, how beautiful these flags!" And 4 of them. I always put 4,
I need
never
to get
put 2.
contact from you.
Yeah, and then I buy the biggest flags, like 8x4s or whatever they are, so they fly high. And we change the flags also every 3 to 4 months. We have different colors, things like that. So curb appeal is big in my thing, right? The second thing we do is definitely get the restructure or do new flooring if we need to for the resident center or office, leasing office.
Okay.
Because that needs to really, show class, right? Class is important. And then, of course, the furniture, right? But for the residents, media center, I buy for $483 IBM directly. No, Dell. I go to Dell company, Dell.com. I have business account. I buy for $483 all in one, 24-inch, this big. Monitors, which is already included with that CPU, and also $483. Beautiful. So they are, and then I buy desks, very beautiful ones. I may send some pictures to you, and that way it gets also the residents can use that anytime. Curing machines, always curing machines, cake cups, cookies, a nice chest, all that. So that, that is big one. Then dog parks. Let's talk about that. Some people have talked about dog wash. I have not instituted that at all yet, but dog parks, yes. Yeah. We very cheap, $99. $99. You could buy these beautiful dog waste, green, whatever the stations we call them, right? And we put them 6, 7, 8 of them all around the community right away.
Yeah.
So that shows Yes. And then also I am very big in buying signs.
Mm-hmm.
In signs, and the best thing to get it is actually from Amazon. I'm
Mm-hmm.
buying my products from Amazon like crazy. I have, like set up each my properties, even the lights, fixtures. I'm
Mm-hmm.
finding them 40% cheaper in Amazon compared
Correct.
to maintenance supply and HD supply.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
amazing. It's
Correct.
amazing.
So what about in the miscellaneous income, right? So in your miscellaneous income, you have, you have like covered park, pet rent. You
Yes,
have,
yes.
other things like insurance and all that. Which miscellaneous income gives you the most bang for the buck?
Okay, the number one, which I do it right away from the get go, is the utilities reimbursement.
Okay, the
Utilities
RUBS.
reimbursement RUB systems is my number one priority, and I go to the hilt. I
Mhm.
try to get to the maximum 90% collections of my bill of the
Okay,
water, trash, pest control, and gas.
okay,
All that, because
okay.
electricity is given to the residents, right? Individually metered. But
Right.
then I'm very big in also looking at our vacant units electricity bills. How
Right.
much are they? Because we want to really, and outside lighting, if the sensors are not working, I buy the sensors right away, because we don't want the outside exterior light to be burning 24 hours. They need
Correct.
to only come on dawn and dusk, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's a huge part. I would say that no, you were asking me some things about what other facilities.
Correct.
Playground
Correct. Correct.
Playgrounds are great,
What about the washer dryer income? Do you tend to buy your
big,
own washer dryer?
big time. I have written most of my properties brand new contracts. If they are expired, I get paid about $6,000 to $7,000 as a sign up bonus.
Okay.
At Cornerstone, I got 35,000 sign up bonus, by the way.
Wow.
35,000 for bringing cable inside my community. So
Okay.
I gave to this local company my contract for cable for all the residents. They
Okay.
gave me 35,000, 35,000
Wow.
bonus.
That's
And
good.
I've done that several other places also. Now in near Houston, I have one property. We charge $20 per resident for cable. It's all central. And
Mhm.
then we pay, I think we make about half of that is profit, by the way,
Okay.
but
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah. But I love the CoinMax new machines, which are the card reader machines, card reader. No
Okay.
more coins, no more coins. So whenever you actually get into buy a new property, you talk to the rep of that community,
Mhm.
even though they have already 5 more years or 10 more years, still CoinMac lease is there, but
Okay.
you could ask them to change the machines. Change
Mm-hmm.
the machines
Mm-hmm.
and make the community, the laundry, we call it clothing care center or like that nice fancy name, or
Okay.
laundry, clothing center. But
Even when you're under contract, they allow you to change?
oh yeah, oh yeah. You say, oh my God, these machines are no good. They're breaking down.
No,
And
what I try to do, I try to terminate the whole contract first.
no, well, I don't think you can terminate. They have very strict laws and
Right.
all that, but they would love to help you and work with you. That's what I did, by the way, and they
Okay.
will help you paint and all, flooring also. I use some of the money from them to do that.
Okay.
Like the property I just sold near NASA,
Mm-hmm.
very, very, very nice property, beautiful gardens, everything. And I got, the seller put in 3.6 million into it, renovating it when I
Oh.
bought it. But the laundry facilities, both of them were like shambles, totally
Hmm.
shambles.
Hmm.
So I took up on that and got brand new machines, brand new everything. So, it was nice.
What about the interior rehab? Usually, what's your per door budget, and what do you think is the makes the most bang for the buck?
Okay, I would say the fixtures. See, the thing is, like, I find, of course, countertops, kitchen countertops and the bathrooms. Many of the bathrooms, I even changed them, put the one single, shell in there. Or
Mm-hmm.
sometime I even do the tiling, depending on the community.
Backsplash?
Huh?
Are you talking about backsplash?
Backsplash tiles
Okay.
in the bathrooms also. That works pretty good. And you can buy these, really cool ones, which look like you have put like 20 different tiles, but they're in a mesh. So you just put it in there and put grout in there, and it's so quickly done. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful.
I know it comes in a square sizes, right?
Exactly, But we do try to do the light fixtures. That's a big one. Fans. In the bathroom, like in some of my nicer communities, we are putting these lights, LED lights, like when the water comes out, the lights come, and then switches, very cheap. You could buy these switches and then put USBs in there. That's all.
Okay.
So make it more.
That I should try it. How much does it cost, the switch with the last?
Not that bad. You go for bulk. I always put Google. Whatever I want, I put Google and try to see if Amazon beats somewhere else. And I buy them 200, 250. Sometimes even the Chinese. Oh my gosh. I came across a supplier in Atlanta. They got a big warehouse. And they can sell what I can buy at Home Depot for whatever, $14.95. They gave me for $6.95.
Wow, that's
oh my gosh! So every dollar saved is dollar earned. I tell my teams, I tell my community managers, I taught them now. I said, you got to get 3 bids, and then after you find out and you want that company to do it, ask them for 18% off again on top of it.
Yeah,
I get it, James. Most of the time, I get that 18 to 23% odd number. It has to be odd number. I tried it 9 years back, and ever since I've been doing it. And it's so important that, you tell them, hey, I really appreciate you. I like your work, everything, but our budget does not have that.
Yeah,
you got to bring it back to the budget, and then they would love to do it because they have these full-time employees.
Correct.
And if they don't have a job,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, when you have a big number of units, they are willing to really work with you, right? So that's really good.
They really do. Exactly.
So what about, so you use vinyl flooring, I would say?
We do FAUX, FAUX. Yeah. Those are really great. You can cut them. You could put them. They are very durable. And some of them, I think we work with several different vendors, and they give us really good things. Please also, some of your audience, if you're looking at me or seeing, please ask your district manager to give you some of their remaining floorings in the warehouse.
Okay.
So they even deep discount them.
Oh, really?
I don't mind.
Yeah, so it's vinyl, right?
Yeah, it's exactly, I mean, we did it in some of my renovation deals just recently. They said, Vinny, okay, we'll sell you at half the price. I said, I'm fine, sure.
Do you do vinyl plank or do you do vinyl roll?
Okay, vinyl plank also and rolls also. We do both.
Okay, you do both. Okay, depends on whoever gives the cheaper price.
Yeah, and depends on, if it's a B asset in a nicer area, that way, like that.
What about advertising? What do you think is the most effective advertising that you see to get?
I am so glad you're asking me, James.
Now, I'm an operator. I know the details, right?
You do. You are a great performer. I can tell already, See, the thing is, 81% of the residents, when they are looking into moving into a community, they Google search. When you Google search apartment in Angleton, for example, Texas, where my assets are and other places, you will come my property first. Wow. Why? Because apartments.com has 81% of the market. 81% of the market, apartments.com. And I actually, worked with them, and they gave me discount of $150 per month to get all the assets as a bulk, So I try to do that. It's good to do master businesses and, preferred vendors, we call them. Okay.
So you use apartments.com or use
apartments.com, our own website, Craigslist. We do everything. Oh, yeah, all three.
Do you do Google AdWords?
Okay, Google AdWords, we haven't done that much
Okay.
because what we find is that most of the time people are able to do drive-by. I'm very big on drive-by. That's why I buy those flagpoles and everything. And
Yeah.
then we do master canvassing the businesses. So we
Okay.
get 5% off. And I
Okay.
would love to send you my daughter, actually, Monica is very much involved in our business now.
Okay.
And she's a graphic genius, and she's actually taking care of all my CEO responsibilities. I love that. But the
Mhm.
best thing is that she designs, and our graphic artist in Philippines, they
Okay.
design a lot also, by the way. I can put you in touch with them. They've
Okay.
been with me like for last 10 years. No, not 10, Vinny, 5 years, let's say,
Okay.
because my Monil investment group, management group is only 4 years old. I
Wow.
started four companies,
Mhm.
four, I can't say four, like Ideal Investment, Ideal Management with my partner. We did
Okay.
14 syndications. Then I
Okay.
did 12 syndications in 2 years and 2 months.
Wow.
12 syndications in my Monil investment group in 2014, November. I started that. And we were in 67 employees like that, within a 2 year span. But
Yeah.
I didn't count my old payroll, by the way. That was about another 35 before.
Wow.
So total we had about over 100, yeah,
All
at
right.
one time. At one time.
So you basically have given up on third-party property management companies.
Totally. Oh no, no way, no way. Because again, I don't want to, sound very arrogant. They do a good job, but they have profitability built in every place.
Correct.
Every place.
Correct. Correct.
I mean, even the contractors I hire, it's amazing how much kickbacks they get.
Mm.
In this whole business, there is profit, 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 profit. They
Yeah.
charge you 30% for the materials. They
Mhm.
charge you 30 to 40% above the labor, even
Wow.
50% above labor.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's just so much enough because it's not their baby.
No, it's not. See, it's not. See, that's the hardest part. You can find some great property management companies, but you have to work so hard to find them
Yeah.
because the thing is, it just will not work for them. I mean, you got to get honesty. Honest people are there. They are there.
But do you think this property management company used? I mean, what I've heard is you have to still be a very active regional manager type of, even though you give it to third party, right? You can't just leave it to them.
No, you cannot. See, the thing is, I like actually that's how I teach my students also to work with smaller property management companies
Mhm.
because they will like to give you more weight.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
get to learn the business. See,
You'll be more
the
motivated.
idea is to make your own property manager. It's not a rocket science. It's not. It seems like that way. It's not that bad at all because once you hire property managers who have 15 to 20 years of experience,
Mhm.
that's what I decided in my new company, right? I
Uh-huh.
said, I'm not going to hire, people who are like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because they are just learning. I want to pay a little higher amount, but
Okay.
let's hire some better quality,
Mhm.
managers who know the fair housing laws, who have gone through several CCIM, other property manage,
CAM, CPS,
yeah, yeah, right, exactly.
yeah.
The certifications, and then we train them. By the way, now, so in
Mhm.
our company, Monday at 2 p.m. and
Mhm.
Friday at 2 p.m. every week, we
Okay.
train our team through
Oh,
Zoom meetings all
okay.
across our properties. That's their set time.
So what
And
do you train them on?
all different topics like leasing 101,
Okay.
taking care of the MMRs, and
Okay.
how to do this, how to do marketing, how to
Okay.
do all this, and we record all that. So now we are designing a property management academy from
Good.
my online academy, which is going to be Multifamily Management Academy. I already have the domain name that I got 5 years back because I knew I'll be doing that.
Okay. Okay, that's very good. Very good. So let's go back to a different topic other than the
Sure.
property management side of it. Let's go to asset management, buying deals, acquisition, right? So is there a deal that you thought was a bad deal and you walked out of it and later you realized it was a good deal? And
That's a good point, James. I would say that once I walk out of there, I don't leave I don't keep any contact with the broker, because once I make a decision, I'm a fast, quick, I think Grant Cardone says that. Yeah, I know, I follow him a little bit. But the thing is, he says, not Vinny, he didn't tell me. He tells his audience that you got to really do your due diligence even before you put LOI. Once you put LOI, my LOIs go with a letter from my broker also, by the way, because whenever I get a pocket listing, I send it to my Brandon Brown, LMI Capital, my broker, and he underwrites it. He gives me everything I need to know. I also give the address to my insurance agent, and he gives me the real cost also. Then we go to assessor's office. We find out the property tax also in real terms, what it's going to be. Those are the big three things that you need to close on the property. So I'm happy to tell you that I've closed on all 26 syndications on time. And never faltered from LOI to contract to closing.
That's good. That's the quality of a good buyer, right? Brokers.
People like that. People liked it. Like in Houston, I started buying, and there was no property in the county I wanted to buy, James. I went to the big cheeses and I shared with them, I'm a broker in California. My humble opinion, I know you're saying in the area I want to buy, there's nobody there. There's no listing. Would you please call the buyers who you sold to 5 years back and tell them, are they interested in selling this Indian chap who wants to buy their properties? I said that to ARA, to Marcus Millichap, to Houston Income Property, all these people, right? Within 3 months, I started getting listings, pocket listings. They were just coming from every which way, and I was syndicating every second month. I was closing a deal.
So do you like Houston market?
I love it. I think if anybody's listening to me, you're missing the boat if you're not in Houston, especially after Harvey. The things, rents went up. They have stabilized. I own 10 properties there. I've sold 2 already. One Sienna Villa, just to let your audience know, just to kind of give them a little taste of it. 3.550 I paid, 3,550,000, but it had a 16 unit, burned down, right? 16 units, one building was burned down. So I bought it. We just sold it for 8.6 million.
Wow, that's awesome.
My investors are loving us and everything, and I knew I'll double their money in 3 to 3.5 years or something, which I did. So that's exciting. So Houston is there. It's not just that. It's not oil dependent as it used to be. It's medical, big medical center, IT, NASA, and retail center. So those are all very positive things, along with oil, also some portions of it, and petroleum and gas and all. But Houston is the way, Yeah.
So, Vinny, let's switch back to slightly different, more personal stuff. So, why do you do what you're doing?
What did you say?
Why do you do what you do?
You know what? Actually, I don't need to do anything, to be truthful. We are fully, very well settled, everything. And I just have passion. I'm 67, by the way. I'll be 67 in August 27th. Please send me flowers, candy. Just kidding.
Oh, everybody's going to send
I'm losing weight. I love to get it. When I was doing W-2 job, James, I would really, get up at 6:30, 7, quarter to 7. I'm up at 4:30. I'm up at 5 o'clock now, doing my miracle morning, doing my, chanting and listening and yoga and all that, and my exercise, and I have a vision board now for next 25 years.
Wow.
So up to 92. I'll be 92 then, right? But you got to have that passion, and I'm so passionate. What would I do otherwise? Watching TV? looking at all these news that I cannot do anything about it, or
Yeah.
volunteer. I love to do a lot of volunteer work, which I'm doing. But the key thing is, how much can you do? You got
Right.
to have the passion. So my real passion right now is that $50 million fund to buy $250 million, real estate, and then sell and then teach. I think my passion also is now, I've been a motivational speaker all my life, 37 years career in motivation speaking and fundraising. That was my business, by the way. I only worked like 4 months in a year for 37 years, real work. 8 months I had almost fun.
Okay.
So my life has been like that. So with my teams of people, I can delegate quite well. I can compartmentalize quite well, and I just enjoy traveling. Our family goes out for 5-6 vacations, and I come into my office and, just crush it. And I have a lot of topics I want to talk more. And I do master coaching now also for such a small price. People tell me, Vinny, you should be charging 40,000, 50,000 easy for what you're giving us, and I charge only five. So it's ridiculous. But, I'm not here to make money. My money comes from acquisitions,
Absolutely. I think that's important because I think audience need to know sometimes people do stuff not for money, right? I mean, we do for money, but there's a lot of why behind it, right?
Exactly. The family, the education. I mean, why I got into real estate was to, give good education to our children. Neil went to Berkeley, Monica went to UCLA, not a single loan, no nothing. Mom, dad took care of everything, like that, retirement, other things, buying,
family retirements.
Yeah, charitable trust, all that, and building schools, all the good stuff. Yeah, it's so important in life. So as you asked me, whys, I'm so fired up at this age in my life, and I feel that, I have a lot more years to give.
Good. I think you think you can contribute a lot more to, humanity, right? That's
Surely. Yeah. Surely. And my another passion also, James, if you don't mind, is with the youth. I also own Youth Academy, Youth Multifamily Academy, Youth School Training, all that. My passion is to teach students from high school level to even college levels to really get into the entrepreneurship model. Get into designing an LLC, forming a Wyoming LLC, and very cheaply, but then saving the money and getting into the 401k and all that, and starting a business on the side as they are learning, so that by the age of 21, 22, to have a duplex they own themselves, so that they could live in one side, and the other side, the resident will be paying for it will be free and clear. Exactly. That's my passion. And I want to convert my lectures into Spanish, Indian language, and French, and, Italian, like that. Yeah.
So we are coming to the end. So I know you have to run somewhere, but one question, do you have like 3,100 units and you're a direct operator, right? Is there any funny story from tenants that you can share with the audience?
Oh my gosh, lots of them. Oh my gosh, James, it's
maybe the most funniest
excuses. The excuses we get from the residents, you would not believe. I mean, they said, oh, we wrote a check and the dog ate it. Or, I know, this is ridiculous. What? You said, what? Oh yeah, I had a money order and this happened, that happened. We get so many different ones. Now we do texting, right? We do texting, by the way. Through our software, we could text, we can get them to opt in, and then we can text them, rent is due on the 1st, it's late on the 4th, but then they have all the sobbing stories. I mean, again, I have bigger heart, but my property managers, they align me. They said, Mr. Vinny, you got to just not give, because we have to be fair housing laws, right?
Right,
so
correct.
You have to be only fair. You cannot give any preferential treatment to anybody. But,
Correct.
we do have within our company, I would love to mention, we have like a grant we established. So that's where, if our team member needs some extra money, we are able to do it through the grant. Harvey happened. We donated, my wife and I donated into the grant for our team members. And we got them trucks, we got them, other stuff and cars, things like that, because they were helping us, right? It's no fault of theirs that the Harvey came and they lost their vehicles and things like that. But funny stories, oh my gosh. And wait a minute, not only just the residents. I know. I mean, how about even the team members too, right? We have a lot of funny stories. We have to, one thing I would like to say that is no matter how difficult the situation comes, we should always take a poised look at it, because things happen for a reason. We need to listen to what they are trying to say. We got to just listen and then find a win-win situation. And many times if we do that way, a lot of times the residents feel better. They do. Team members feel better. And, every aspect, vendors, I get really antsy when they're not doing their job correctly and this and that and shoot out some emails and all that. But then I say, hey, I was a little bit harsh. I apologize, but we need to get it going, So.
Good. Okay. So how can my listeners find you?
Oh, sure. Actually, we have two different, very nice. They could text the word learn, LEARN, 4-letter word, learn, to 474747. So they can just text that, and my team members will be able to send them my academy information, what's entailed, some testimonials. I'm getting testimonials like crazy from my students who have crushed it within 3 months, buying like 200 units and 150 units, raising $2 million by using my deck of the cards, credibility kit and all the things and scripts. Anyway, but then the other one is syndication. If they can text the word syndication to 474747, they can reach my team also. And that is to partner with me. They can also invest with me, partner with me on the GP side, and invest as accredited investor in the fund.
Good. Thanks, Vinney, for joining me today.
Thank you.
My first podcast, and was really happy to have you here. For my audience, hope for me to bring more quality content to you guys. As I said, I want to ask different questions, not the normal high-level questions. We want to go deep down into the details.
I would love to, James, if I can have any way, and congratulations to you. If you want me to hit certain other aspects, even just going deeper for your audience as you get their questions, I would be love to, spend time with you.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's important because a lot of podcasts goes super high level, and you want to learn, right? I mean, if I want to spend time with someone, I want to learn as much as possible. And
that is so true. That's missing, I think, I know my friend Whitney has started syndication, and we are going to do there also, because people want to listen and they say, what can I apply right now?
Correct. And for those who do not know, we launch our book this week, Passive.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's
we hit the bestseller in 2 days. In fact, we have international bestseller because even in Canada, we hit #1 too. So that was awesome.
I love it. That's so wonderful. Congratulations.
Go to Amazon and get it. And there's a free audiobook which will be announced at the end of this podcast.
Awesome. Well, I'm buying it right now. I'm going to go to Amazon. Hey guys, everybody buy James' book. It's a good one. Yes.
21 reviews right now. I mean, a lot of really good reviews. I didn't expect that. It's more of a project. You can't make money selling books, but
no, you can't. It's imparting knowledge. That's so true.
I want to make sure all my passive investors get educated as well, because it just makes it much more better.
Totally. Alrighty, James. Thank you so much.
That's it for this episode. If you'd like to learn even more, check out James's free audiobook. It's the audio version of his best-selling book on passive investing. You can get the audiobook completely free, along with other valuable resources, by visiting www.achieveinvestmentgroup.com/free audiobook. Also, be sure to join our Facebook group too. To find it, just do a Facebook search for Multifamily Investors Group. Thanks for listening. Join us again for another episode next week. See you then.